28 million years ago, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a powerful hotspot in Earth's mantle started creating a magma plume, which slowly ripped open the outer crust, building a chain of volcanic islands peeking out of the ocean surface. These volcanic tips are the foundation of over 1,000 years of history, ranging from early Hawaiian kingdoms and European contact to the rise of sugar plantations and a story of determination and the pursuit of justice. This is the story of humans on the Hawaiian Emperor volcanic chain. It all started approximately in the year 800, when the Polynesian expansion reached a 2,400 kilometer wide island chain, which today is known as the Hawaiian Archipelago. Over almost 1,000 years, multiple migration waves of Polynesian settlers developed a rich and complex society, in harmony with nature, sustainably living off of fishing and the fertile volcanic grounds. The Hawaiian indigenous people stand out with a complex trade system across the Pacific Islands, a structured social hierarchy, and a diverse society with many skilled tradesmen, specializing in the many aspects that made up the Polynesian life. Dedicated canoe builders allowed for swift trade and communication between the many chiefdoms of the different islands, and a complex religious and legal code called the kapu dictated the daily life between the different castes. Over hundreds of years, the native Hawaiian developed their own culture and rituals with dances such as the hula, which were performed to honor the island's chiefs. The harmonious lifestyle ended abruptly, however, when the first European explorer, the British sailor James Cook, made contact with the natives in 1778. While he and his crew were welcomed with open arms, his arrival started a new era of political turmoil and oppression. European and American missionaries quickly took notice of the large population and fertile volcanic soils and started to flock in the following decades. Contact with European and North American settlers, like in all other parts where the New World is meeting the Old One, resulted in the decimation of the native population due to the import of disease, to which they had no immunity, but it also shaped the course of Hawaiian history in a different way. While the different chiefdoms lived in harmony with nature, the same cannot be said about the relations they had between the islands. They have regularly conducted trade among each other, but war and conquest were not unknown to them. Once European weapons were available to them, one group from the largest island quickly overpowered the rest of the islands, unifying the archipelago under one ruler for the first time in their history. The Conquest gave birth to the Kingdom of Hawaii just 15 years after the first contact with Europeans, leading to the House of Keoanui and King Kamehameha I taking charge. The Kingdom of Hawaii remained a sovereign state for almost 100 years after its establishment, but influence of wealthy American merchants and their descendants grew from year to year. Step by step, they expanded their fruit and sugar farming operations, with thousands of migrant workers from East Asia. After the death of the Hawaiian king Lunalilo, who left no heirs, influential American businessmen managed to place King David Kalakaua on the throne, who was then promptly pressured into giving up the first land to the United States. With Fort Island, the island housing Pearl Harbor, in the hands of the United States, the Americans on Hawaii saw their opportunity to increase their influence even more. After 2 years with the new king, the American Lawrence Thurston used a militia to force the Hawaiian king to declare a new constitution, effectively entirely passing his power to white American men on the islands. The new constitution also limited voting rights in the kingdom's legislative chamber to landowners with a minimum net worth or minimum annual salary, effectively disallowing any migrant plantation workers or ethnic Hawaiians to take part in the political landscape. After the reigning king's sudden death in 1891, his daughter Liliuokalani assumed the throne and vouched for a new constitution, giving native Hawaiians their suffrage back, while limiting the influence of non-citizens of European and American descent. After hearing about the plan, a small group of Americans and Europeans swiftly staged a coup to overthrow the kingdom, and with the help of the United States military, managed to place the reigning queen under house arrest. With aims to strengthen the US's presence in the Pacific in the face of the Spanish-American War, and to avoid a potential Japanese takeover of the islands, Hawaii was shortly after annexed by the United States, with William McKinley, the 25th president, signing the New Lands Resolution. While many believed the annexation to be an illegal act, it marked the end of the Kingdom of Hawaii as a sovereign nation, and marked the beginning of many decades of oppression and exploitation. The coup's leader, Stanford Ballard Dole, the cousin of the future founder of Dole Food Company, was installed as the president of the Republic of Hawaii, and fruit and plantation business shaped the majority of Hawaii's upcoming decades. Mistreatment of laborers and low wages led to several strikes, with the Japanese workforce leading a large one in 1909. To combat this, thousands of Russian migrant workers were imported, But once they realized they were locked in on false promises, they also went on strike. Next to producing the United States pineapple and sugar supplies, Hawaii also developed as a major military base, with Pearl Harbor receiving massive investments. After decades under US annexation, movements for statehood also rose in the native population, since they weren't quite happy with paying US taxes without having legislative representation. After involuntarily becoming a major milestone of the Second World War, with the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor killing 2,500 people and dragging Hawaii and the United States into the war, Hawaii's position on the political map strengthened, and post-World War economic strength eventually led to Hawaii's statehood in 1959, as the 50th and as of now the last state to be added to the Union. Since the first arrival of missionaries on the islands, Europeans and Americans have actively tried to ban and get rid of the over 1,000-year-old Polynesian culture, which has thrived on the islands. As Western influence grew, so did the repression, but despite the hardship, oppression and death brought from imported disease, the population of native Hawaiians have actually recovered in the past decade to levels before the first contact with Europeans. The history of Hawaii is a testament to the human spirit, and even though the Hawaiians do not have their country back, century-long activism has led to the 1978 Hawaii State Constitutional Convention, which was held to commemorate the 200th anniversary of James Cook's arrival. At the convention, the Hawaiian state government committed itself to study and preservation of native Hawaiian culture, history, dance and language, introducing it into the state's school curriculum, and making an active effort on remembering the injustice. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something and enjoyed the video. Subscribe and leave a like if you want to see more like it. Cheers.